world needs him.
Godzilla will come for him.
王者一决胜负。
So the most anticipated content on this channel is Godzilla versus Kong. Thank you very much, guys. So, yo, what is good, YouTube? Warstu here, aka The Nightmare. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to support the channel. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the face behind said voice. And also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Firecracker tweets over there. So careful with spoilers. I don't want to ruin your life. But let's be honest, guys. You come here for the spoilers. So it's officially been confirmed that Mechagodzilla is gonna be in the movie. We have official toys. Yes, official toys, which basically confirm Mechagodzilla's in the movie, but we've known this from the first trailer. We see it. There's been multiple TV spots where we can see Mechagodzilla in Godzilla's eye, which I think is the clearest image so far. So we have a Playmates toy, Godzilla versus Kong, 6-inch Mechagodzilla figure that will cost $9.99, and it comes out in May. See, I don't understand why these toys come out after the movie, so if that's the case, don't reveal it. But they do reveal a bit of information. Comes with battle damage feature. This bit here is interesting. Hollow Earth anti-gravity vehicle accessory. Reveal the powerful impact of the monsters. Comes with heavy to use projectile weapon. As we know, Mechagodzilla is going to be firing missiles absolutely left, right, and center. Also, I don't know how official these are, but there is some Mechagodzilla t-shirts, and it's got legendary 2021 copyright logo and Toho Co-Limited on it. So I believe these are official. So guys, like I told you before, any other content creator on the internet, that Mechagodzilla was going to be in this movie. So confirmed. So there's a lot of information to go over. We're going to go over some TV spots and stuff like that, and I'll tell you some new info that I've been told recently. So let's get into it. So over the last few days, you've probably seen it because Adam Wingard shared one of them. There's been a new poster, a Japanese poster for Godzilla, where he's holding Thor's hammer. He's holding the Stormbreaker. Okay, it looks like the Stormbreaker. But what is interesting is you can see Nezuki, aka Warbat, in the right top corner, which you'll probably see if I edit this video properly. But in the bottom kind of right corner, there is some kind of spider looking creature. But Adam Wingard did say there will be a bunch of new characters. So what I can exclusively tell you is apparently from what I've heard over the last few days is there will be a bunch of new Titans creatures in this movie, but it's a throwaway kind of 2 to 3 second clip where it's a blink and you missed it. So we can presume, this is my presumption now, I was told that there will be a bunch of new characters and stuff like that in this movie, but it's kind of like, you know, just a tease, a cheeky tease, like a flick. If you look away for a sec, you won't see it. These are going to be residents of Hollow Earth. We're talking about this spider-looking creature, and that's what it looks like if you do zoom in. It looks pretty fearsome. Warstu put a picture of the spider over right now. Okay, Warstu, I will. So also in the news, so I don't know if any of you noticed it, there was a pretty cool poster that came out that had Godzilla and Kong's face matching each other. It was almost reminiscent of the Batman versus Superman kind of the fight of the century, which is pretty cool, and I thought I'd just plug it in here in case you guys haven't actually seen it. So we're just going to keep rolling through these things and going over things that I've noticed over the last couple of days, because I did put a poll on the YouTube community tab, and over 62% of over 4,000 people wanted Godzilla versus Kong content, so I'm going to give you a bunch of different things in one video. The reason I've not been covering every single little TV spot is because I'm not a YouTuber that will go over every single TV spot just for traffic, just for views, just for all that kind of stuff, because there's no point. When I make a video, there's an actual reason behind it. So we're going to go over a lot of information. So we're going to cover probably last week's worth of Godzilla and Kong's new like features, content, TV spots within this video. So let's break it down. Let's get back to the news. So I don't know the full context of this image, but there's an image floating around the internet of Kong facing off against Godzilla. We know they have the aircraft carrier fight in the sea earlier in the movie. So this isn't going to be the first time they fight each other, but it is a pretty cool image. So I've had to, like, you know, make it different. I might use it in the thumbnail and put the bars on, but yeah, because it's quite a wide short image. So it looks pretty badass. You know, Kong's got his little Stormbreaker and Godzilla's looking at him all beastly. So yeah, that image is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm not going to go over every single thing that's happening last week. We'll just go over a bunch of them. But in TV spots, they have revealed a lot of new information. Which, yet again, I hate to say it, backs up what I've been saying for over 1 year. So back to you, Warstu. Okay, I'm going to address this. You guys keep asking me on my Twitter DMs, Warstu, what about the Skullcrawler eggs? What's going to go down in the movie? What do you know? What's your informant telling you? What do you know? I'm probably not going to be the first YouTuber or content creator to talk about this, but I may be the last. So what I think, absolutely nothing. Could we get new Skullcrawlers? For sure. Is it going to be a plot point in the movie? I don't know. So let's say these Skullcrawlers are in the movie. Let's say someone tries to take Skullcrawler eggs, the master Skullcrawler or the mother or father or whatever comes and tries to get his babies back or her babies back before said Skullcrawlers are born or whatever. It could be a miniature subplot within the movie. I mean, we know Skullcrawlers are going to be in it because we've got Playmates official toys for Skullcrawlers, so we know it could happen. So I thought I'd put it in here, as I've been asked a bunch of times on Instagram at Warstu. I don't really think much of it. I don't expect this movie just to focus predominantly on Godzilla vs. Kong for the whole duration of the movie. Of course, we know Nuzuki is Warbat. We know that could happen. We know there are going to be other creatures because said plot leaks and my information has told me, also Adam Wingard's like, yeah, there are other creatures in this movie, but I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to ruin the movie for you. Cool story, bro. So get back to the news, Warstu. This story is boring. I know, but they wanted me to talk about it, so I thought I'd talk about the Skullcrawler eggs for a moment. Okay, so I went over all the TV spots, and realistically, guys, there isn't actually any much new information. So I thought we'd go over these, supposed plot leak from the infamous website, which is Superhero Hype Forums, because what doesn't make sense to me is ever since my information that I got correct started to become more correct based on TV spots and this stuff, there's like a million plot leaks all of a sudden leaked online, which is interesting. And since I've tried to do some due diligence and I've actually looked for these test screen information and spoke to industry people, there doesn't seem to be any transparency in the sense that I speak to people and they're like, yeah, there was a test screen about 6 months ago. So I don't know where this information is coming from, but it's coming from some forums. So I thought we'd go over the validity and compare it to the original ones that I went over. So Godzilla defeats Kong the first time. Realistically, Godzilla's always going to defeat Kong. Kong then gets a hammer and seems to defeat Godzilla. However, Godzilla attacks him on all fours. I believe this is the first appearance. Scratches Kong to hell, defeats him. Godzilla can kill him, but spares him and leaves. So we know Godzilla and Kong are neither and either or ever going to kill each other because this is the Monsterverse, and if they want more movies, they can't really do that. So that is never going to be the case. So yeah, I can believe that, and we know that Kong gets some scratches on him and Godzilla will get some scratches. They get some battle wounds and vice versa. So far there is nothing to not believe here, but let's be honest, guys, like there's been like a million TV spots now, so anyone can pretty much predict it. When my information first came out, there was no trailers, so I wasn't predicting anything. Godzilla beats Kong in the water. Stunning surprise there, seeing as Godzilla is strongest in the water. He sort of holds onto the carrier, sort of lifeless. Godzilla turns around to finish the job, and the ships all shut off their weapons and power to play dead. It works, and Godzilla leaves. Okay, but Godzilla's not actually going after Kong. He's going after Mechagodzilla, like from the mecha brainwaves that are floating around, and that's why he thinks it. So it goes on. At the end of the fight, there are ships on fire, and Godzilla is standing in the water with fire around him. The fire glowing his eyes, which makes his eyes look red. He just looking at the destruction and has fallen foes, and it's such a badass shot. Probably my favorite shot of him since 54. Interesting. Well, we know there's going to be absolute freaking carnage and destruction around everything because we've seen this kind of 18-minute scene according to Adam Wingard in trailers. So let's go on. Like I say, guys, I'm picking these from the Superhero Hype Forum, so they're in no particular order. He's attacking the facilities where Mechagodzilla is secretly being built because he senses the threat. Yes, this is information that I've said. He's actually looking for Ghidorah. He's not looking for Mechagodzilla. The general public don't know Mechagodzilla is being built, so everyone assumes he's attacking randomly, and they're trying to make out Godzilla is the villain. So far, there's been no additional information in this that discredits anything that my information told me. So this is literally just going into more precise information, which is cool. I'm not discrediting anything here. I've just spoke to some people that I know that go to all the LA kind of based test screeners, and they said there's not been a recent test screener. So I don't know. I'd love to know if anyone knows where exactly this took, so then I could actually find out if this actually did take place. Kong and the humans literally go straight from Hollow Earth to Hong Kong through the hole Godzilla makes. Like I said, it's a plot convenience at best. It's a little cheesy. As for why Godzilla does that, as I said earlier, I'm not 100% sure. He does right as they get the technology for Mechagodzilla and the axe. So maybe he senses the danger since his natural instincts are connected connected to Hollow Earth. I'm not sure. So yeah, this does coincide with what I've been told, actually. The person who gave me the test screen information was kind of up and down and wasn't a 100% sure. But think about it logically. The information that I told you guys about on the test screen information I had was before additional photography and was before reshoots. So a lot of things could be changed. They did additional photography, and that was, what, 15 months ago now. So I'm sure there would have been some test screen at some capacity. And from what I understand, a lot of the Hollow Earth technologies isn't really explained. It's on the Pacific Rim kind of level where they don't explain things fully. Okay, so we go on. So some of these answers and plot points may seem random. It's because the person's answering questions. Okay, maybe knockout isn't the best word. Kong knocks Godzilla down, and Alexander Skarsgård says, I guess round 2 goes to Kong. Then it cuts to a scene with Money, Bobby Brown, and Mechagodzilla when the film picks up with Kong and Godzilla. Godzilla has gotten up and destroys Kong. It's 5 minutes of screen time because it cuts to other scenes. You could probably interpret it as Godzilla getting right back up. Okay, that's pretty much self-explanatory for anybody. So this question was quite interesting. We're taking it as gospel. Does Godzilla and Kong get time to recover before they fight Mechagodzilla? Are they heavily weakened when they fight him or at full power? I'd say they're weakened. He shows up right after they fight finishes, essentially. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was told. So yeah, of course they will be somewhat weakened. So it would make sense that Mechagodzilla seems a bit more powerful than he actually will be. And then it goes on. I'm literally picking random questions from this forum. The fight lasts a little while between him, Godzilla, but Godzilla doesn't really ever have the upper hand. Then when they team up against him, they get the upper hand, but it ends up eliminating Godzilla and then is about to kill Kong when the kid fries the computer and Godzilla ignites the hammer from Kong. See, this is where I don't believe it. I don't believe this plot point, and the person I spoke to, the initial information I got, he cannot remember this. If it even happened, I don't know. But to say the reason they beat Mechagodzilla is because the kid from Deadpool essentially spills a drink inside Mechagodzilla's, I guess you say, control room is kind of ridiculous. How is Kong revived? Is it a blood transfusion? They use the ship, they fly to Hollow Earth, which essentially is a defibrillator by blowing up on his chest. I guess that would make sense if this is true. That would be one way they could really do that. Like, I'm not saying this is true. This is factual. This is gospel. It's whatever you want it to be. It does line up with a lot of things that I've said before. But like I said, my information's going back 15 months. This is allegedly recently, but I can't speak to anyone because no one can confirm if this even happened. It's all right saying the person's credible, but credible on what scale? No, Godzilla fights him alone, and then they fight him together. And after Godzilla is defeated, Kong is about to lose too, but Godzilla blasts the hammer with the atomic breath to charge it up, and Kong uses the charged hammer to defeat him. Also, the kid from the hunt for the wild people spills alcohol in the main computer room to slow Mechagodzilla down, which is probably my least favorite. Okay, I don't believe this. I really don't believe this part here. No, it's cool if it happens. I mean, I'm not bothered either way, but like I say, I don't mind plot leaks and stuff because I'm not physically watching it. Kong drops the axe. Godzilla roars at him. They seem to be, by their way, acknowledging each other. Godzilla goes to the ocean as Kong watches. Kong is back at Skull Island but I was told that Skull Island was destroyed, so it'd be very interesting to see how this plays out. Kong's story is finding Hollow Earth and his ancestors. I'd say I don't think he's ever scared. Interesting, but a lot of this is kind of opinion based. Even if said person has watched this, a lot of these reasonings and quotes and stuff is his opinion, breaking stuff down, how he's seen it. It is interesting, but like I say, I will go over some more. They are taking Kong to Antarctica on the carrier. Antarctica has caves that they believe Kong can lead them through to Hollow Earth. After Godzilla defeats him, they essentially change the plan and have the helicopters take him there to avoid Godzilla. I mean, we've seen this in the trailer. So anything that can be backed up by stuff in the trailer is gospel, and it doesn't really mean anything. So yeah, this just adds a bit more continuity. It adds a bit more kind of maybe believable. I'm not going to say it's right or wrong because like I say, guys, I've got no idea who this person is that is claiming to see it. All I know is I've spoke to some industry people who usually get to go to test screeners and early viewings for things, not press screeners, early viewings and test screeners and stuff. And they told me there hasn't been a test screener for over 6 months. So if it's true, I don't know. It might not be true. It might be true. But either way, it's fan fiction at best. Or if it is true, that's cool. But like I said, guys, it does solidify and it does back up pretty much everything I've said. It just goes into a bit more details in what happens and in the fights and stuff like that, which which just reconfirms that the information I got in the first place was actually right. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. It really does help the channel grow. It helps the YouTube algorithm tell YouTube that you like the content. So if you do want me to do any more Godzilla vs. Kong content, just hit me up in the comment section. Comment down below. Fight in my living room if you made it this far. Also check us out on Instagram at Warstu, Twitter or WarstuG, and I will catch you in another video very soon. And catch you later.